going on there, YouTube? This is Sick Eric back again with another video, and today we're going to be doing a top 12 things to do to your Samsung Galaxy S10e when you first get it. Hopefully this doesn't take very long. Just going to be going over some settings to do, some settings to change when you first get your device and set everything up. So let's go ahead and jump down into it. Some of these are optional. You can do them if you don't want to. You can do them if you want to. Really doesn't matter. It's your phone. Do what you want. So let's go ahead and jump into my list. And the first one on the list is going to be to change home screen grid on your launcher from 4x5, I believe it's set, to 5x5. It makes the icons look smaller on your home screen. Now, right now, I am using a different launcher. I'm using CPL launcher. So let's go ahead and try to see if I could get back into the regular launcher. Default home screen. We're gonna go ahead and choose One UI, go back. So now we are at the default launcher. So in order to change it, as you see, the icons look a little bit more smaller with the phone, because the phone is it's a small phone, so you don't want big icons on your screen just taking up space, because it just doesn't look right. It's a small phone. You want to shrink everything on your device. At least I do. That way everything looks more proportioned on here. So you're going to go ahead and long press on your home, go to home screen settings, and at the top you're going to want to change the grid. Now when you first get it, I believe it is at 4x5. You're going to want to change it either to 5x5 or 5x6. I have mine at 5x5. And it changes everything on. You could also do it on your app screen grid as well. Change that 5x5. And while you're at it, go ahead and click this option, quick open notification panel. That way when you swipe down, you get your notifications like so. Even though this is a small phone, you really don't need to struggle to go up top. It's still a nice feature to have. So with that being said, it shrinks everything and makes everything look a lot more cleaner on the front and not so big and cartoonish. So let's go back onto the list, clear that out, and check that off. So next thing you want to do is go into settings, and you're going to want to make the screen zoom smaller. What this does is, like I said, it shrinks everything on the screen, because when you first get it, everything is big. Your font's big. Everything just looks big on this device when you first get it. It's a small device. You want to shrink it down to make it fit the phone. So we're going to go ahead and click that. Go into settings and display. So from here, your settings, you're going to want to click on display. And you're going to want to go to screen zoom. And I think by default, it comes right in the middle. And as you can see right there, everything is a little bit big when you get it. So it's not too bad, but what I like to do is go all the way down and make it smaller to the absolute smallest it gets, and then I just find that things look a little bit better. And while you're here, go ahead and do your font, make this a little bit smaller but not too small to where you can't read it, and it sort of just makes everything more well proportioned on the screen of this device, for me at least. Like I said, it may differ between you all, but this is just what I do on my phones, and particularly on this phone because this is a small phone. Sometimes I do it on big phones just to make it look even bigger, is to shrink things down, and for me, I just like that look. So that being said, that is that one. So make screen zoom smaller, settings display. Next thing you're going to want to do when you first get your device is set up multiple fingerprints, your thumb and your index finger. So when we go into settings, you go into biometrics and security, go on fingerprints. Right now I've got 3 on there. So we're going to go ahead and add another one. I got my thumb, I got my index finger, so when it's laying down I could just put my finger right there on the fingerprint and unlock my device, and I think I did my index finger on my left hand as well. So you're going to want to add as many fingerprints as you can. I've only added my thumb once, so we're going to go ahead and just add that again just to make it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and add a fingerprint just to make it a little bit more easily recognizable. So we're going to go ahead and just click that and get your thumb in a nice spot, how you hold your phone, and just go ahead and read it. Now the case is interfering just a little bit, but we'll get there. And that is it. So fingerprints are done, and that'll just make it a lot easier to unlock your device. Since this has the side fingerprint, I really don't mind it at all. It's actually, I keep trying to go in the back and place my finger right here, but I'm getting used to the side fingerprint on this device. So yeah, set up multiple fingerprints, especially your thumb. Set it up twice, that way you could read it a little bit quicker. Next thing you want to do is fingerprint gesture swipe down. For this is when you swipe on your fingerprint, you could bring down your notification drawer as like that. Whenever you're in your settings or you're not at home, you could do that as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So you're going to want to go to, I'm going to set my phone down. You're going to want to go into advanced feature settings, advanced features. So we're going into settings, advanced features, and then you're going to go into motion. Let me get out of the damn light there. We're going to go into motion gestures, and then you're going to want to find finger sensor gestures right here, and this gives you a little rundown on how it works. You slide your finger on the fingerprint and you could swipe down your notification and just go ahead and make sure that is on. You could also use Samsung Pay with that. Swipe up on the fingerprint sensor to open Samsung Pay. It's a really cool, nifty idea. I like it. They have it on the S9, I believe. You swipe down on it. This one's a little bit more of a better a better way of going at it. I can't talk right now, but yeah, it's really nice feature. Try that out, see if you like it. I'm gonna click on that, and the next one is an obvious one. Enable dark mode. It will save you on battery life. Trust me, even though this is a 1080p display, it's still an AMOLED display, and it still runs the highest when you have everything bright and colorful on your screen. So just go into settings, go into display, and click on dark mode. You could set it as a schedule if you want, but I just like the way it looks all the time, so I just leave it on all the time. And like I said, it saves on battery. It looks nice. Trust me, you won't look back. So next one on the list is going to be remapping the Bixby button. So this one was a cool find. With this latest update on this device, you should be on it. When I first got the device, there was an update waiting for me, so I updated it that day. And this option gives you the ability to remap the Bixby button. So if you click it once, it brings up Google Assistant now, as you can see right there. Then back out of it, click it twice, and it'll bring up Bixby. So what you're going to want to do here is, I'll post a link in the description down below. You're going to want to click on this description, this link, and it's going to take you to XDA, where they came up with a way to remap the Bixby button. You're just going to want to read through it a little bit. Right here where it starts off, remap Bixby button, and it says number 1, download the Bixby button Assistant Remapper app. So you're going to want to click on that. It's going to take you to another page, and then you're just going to click download right here. Click to start download, and it'll bring up a mirror. You click on that mirror, download it, install it. Pretty simple stuff. You guys know the rules. If you first set up your device, you might have to allow permissions and stuff like that, but pretty simple stuff. You click to download it, it installs. Next thing you're going to want to do is go into your Bixby settings. So when you first use your Bixby, it might just be a single tap. You're going to go into your settings, go into settings of Bixby, and then you're going to scroll down to Bixby key. right there. You have different options: single press to open Bixby, use double press for an app or quick demand. Right now I've got it for double press Bixby, that way I don't open it accidentally, and single press, use it for a different action. So with single press, you're going to want to click on, you're going to want to open the app, whichever app you want. Click on the little cog there, and you're going to look for the Bixby button assistant remapper, which I already have it grayed out right here because I've already gotten it clicked. So when you do that, click on the cog, look for Bixby button assistant mapper, and then once you click on that, you should be ready to go. And then once you go to push the button once, it should ask you which one do you want to use, Bixby or Google, or if you have Amazon on there, it'll ask you which one you want to use for as default, and then you're all good to go. Keep reading, stop listening to what I say, shit. So now you click it once, you get Google Assistant, click it twice, you get Bixby for now. It's pretty good. It's a little workaround, but it does a job just fine. So let's go ahead and go back. Like I said, link will be posted down below. Next thing I want to do is download a dark wallpaper to hide the camera. As you can see right here, you cannot see my camera cut out because of my dark wallpaper. You could go off, find whatever app you want for your wallpapers. I use Papers and Zedge. Papers has a really cool AMOLED section, which everything is just black and dark. This is the one I'm using right now. It's Cube Lines. As you can see right here, there's a lot of dark wallpapers on here, which work excellent with devices with AMOLED displays. So choose whichever app you want to pick your wallpapers from. Go on, download it, and get a dark wallpaper. That way, if you don't like the little hole punch cutout, you won't have to see it every single time you unlock your phone. So it's really cool feature. Dark mode helps with that as well. When you go into your settings, everything is black, you can't see it, which is really nice. Going to your camera, of course you can't see it there. So really nice to enable dark mode and get a dark wallpaper just to have a little bit of icing on the cake. So like I said, you can use any wallpapers. I might post the link for Papers down below if I remember. Next on the list is going to be enable edge lighting, because there is no notification light on this device. They got rid of it because of the small bezels up top and at the bottom. We have no notification LED anymore. So there's a couple things you can do here. We're going to go ahead and go into settings and then edge screen. So go into settings, and then it should be under display, and then edge screen, and you're going to want to click on edge lighting, which is right here. It should be off when you first get it. Click on it, and you have options to either show always while screen is off or while screen is on. I chose always. You got the edge lighting effect, which you have different effects. Some of these are pretty new, like this one is new to where it does this little echo along the pill, and then this one is new where it has little dots going around it. So a lot of these are pretty new and it's pretty cool, and this will help let you know when you get a notification on your device. Since we have no notification LED, you could change the color to whatever color you want. You could change the transparency, which I have it on low. Now let's go ahead and set it to low. You could change the width, make it thicker if you want. I have mine about right there, and you could change the duration of it as well. So you click done. That way, whenever you get a notification, whether it's messages, emails, your whole screen will have a little edge effect on there, which is really nice. Edge lighting interaction, you could also click that on. That way you swipe on your little pop-up pills whenever you get one, and it'll do certain things on them. You can dismiss it or anything. You can go into manage notifications, and then you could either choose the apps that you want or choose all of them, depending on what you want. Right now I got messages, let's see, I got Facebook, Gmail on there. Stuff that you want to be notified from, you could go ahead and click them, and then that way you get your little notifications from those apps on here. Let's go ahead and choose T-Mobile, voicemail, shit like that, Where is phone? Where the fuck is phone? You could do phone as well, which I do not see phone. Fuck it. Okay, but yeah, that will help a lot right there since we do not have a notification LED. So go and swipe that out. Oh crap, closed out the wrong one. So let's go ahead and go back to Google Keep, shall we? Where is it? I keep forgetting I'm using this one. Okay. So we are back, and next thing on the list is going to be also with notifications. You could also do flash screen to where it'll flash a yellow tint on your display using flash screen. So we're going to go into advanced settings and flash notifications. Settings, advanced features. Let's see, where's it at? Let's go into accessibility, advanced settings, and then flash notification. And what this does is you can either set it for the screen to flash, that way it does this flash on your screen like so, or you could do it to where it'll do your camera flash whenever you get a notification as well too. That way you know when you get a notification on your device. Very simple. This one is a hit or miss. You either like it or you don't. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it on right there. So that's another way to help with notifications. Next thing you're going to want to do is remove the pre-installed fingerprint sensor on this device. It's horrible. It's plastic. That was the first thing I removed when I removed the film on the back of this device. It gives you a satisfaction though, I'll give you that, but it's just a plastic piece of plastic. It will scratch up and it will not protect your phone that much. It'll protect it maybe against scratches, but still, remove it, get rid of it. It's crap. Usually I'll get a screen protector. I don't have one now. I usually don't use one, but I was thinking about getting a glass one anyways. So next thing on the list, let's go ahead and scratch that off. Next thing on the list is going to be lock screen notifications. When you first get it out of the box, you notice on your lock screen, you're not going to have detailed notifications on your lock screen. It's just going to be a couple of icons up here like it shows on your always on display. So for that to go and to happen, you're going to want to go into settings, lock screen, and notifications. So we're going to go into settings, lock screens, and notifications. Now I have mine on a brief style. You could also change it to icons only, which is exactly the way you get it when you get it out of the box. Or you could show detailed where it shows everything on here. You could also change the transparency to make it full white, or I have mine in the middle. You could reverse the color if you want. When you go full, it'll do black or white on the fonts, but I keep mine right there, and I just have mine on brief. That way it didn't show so much. You could also click content, hide content if you want, but yeah, this gives you more details on your lock screen with your notifications. If you want to keep it at just icons only, go ahead, be my guest, but I like a little bit of information of what that is on my lock screen, so that's another one right there for you guys. Next thing you want to do is enable HDR10 Plus in your camera settings. This allows you to record in HDR10 Plus. Now, it took me a while to figure this one out and to actually get it enabled. So we're going to go into camera, and while it's facing on the rear camera, we're going to go into advanced recording options. And as you can see right here, HDR10 video is on. Now, it was grayed out for a while because when I first got my device, I set my device to full UHD 4K 60 frames, but it was grayed out. So I was like, what the hell is going on? But you have to have it at the highest 4K 30 frames per second in order to get that setting to highlight, and in order to do that. So it won't do it in 4K 60. The highest you could go is 4K 30 frames per second in order to use this feature, and it's really cool feature. You go on your front camera, also set that at 4K, and it will also record at on HDR10. So let's go ahead and go back, go and flip this around, guys. Go into settings, and then go into advanced recording, and see it does not have the front facing camera on there. So let's go ahead and check out size resolution. So let's go to full HD and see if that highlights up for us. No, it doesn't highlight either for the front facing camera, so I don't think you could record fully with the front facing camera using the HDR10 Plus, only on the rear facing camera. So that is a bummer, not really a deal breaker, who cares, everything will be alright. So yeah, enable HDR10 Plus on your settings of your camera. It looks excellent, trust me, you won't have any complaints there. And the last thing on the list is going to be a typical, classic one you always do with every single device you get from Android, and that is developer options. Of course, you have a whole bunch of different settings here for developer options. You're going to go into About Phone, into Software, and you're going to click on the build number, like I believe is 9 times, and then it'll finally tell you at the bottom, developer options, now open. Go into developer options, and you're going to scroll all the way down to where you get to window animation. And you know the drill here, guys. Window animation, change it to 5. It comes at 1. Makes everything snappier and faster looking. Doesn't really speed up the phone or anything, but it just flies like this. When you have animation at a 1, sort of really slow animation, but change it to 5, it just seems a lot faster. While you're at it, in here, go ahead and click your Bluetooth version and click the 1.6 latest version. It always comes at 1.4. I don't know why they do that on there, but that was the last thing on the list, guys. Hope you found these tips and tricks useful of top 12 things to do to your Galaxy S10e when you first get it and when you first set it up. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you found this video useful. Links will be posted down below for the XDA site and hopefully papers if I don't forget. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe again. Peace.